Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with the review for Real Housewives of Potomac. I can't wait to get these braces off, you guys. I have 6 weeks left, and they will be off, and I'll be able to say Real Housewives of Potomac with no problem. Season 4, Episode 2. So let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so the show opens with Giselle. We see her with her boy Kyle. You know, Kyle has been there through thick and thin. We've seen him for a few seasons now. This season is no different. Kyle is with her. They're going to a boot camp workout. Giselle says that she works out, 4 to 5 times a week, because she got to keep it tight and right. Okay, look at all of this. And besides, one Sherman said that he wanted to work it out, even though she don't give people second chances, you guys. Remember that. She really got to keep it together because she got to keep her man happy, right? So, they in the boot camp, and it's, I guess it's a big thing up there in Potomac. It seemed like one of those boot camps that people know about. That was kind of like a little PR thing for his company. But anyway, so they run around and they do some tough shit. He's yelling at her or whatever. And then afterwards, she's talking to Kyle and she's telling him how, her and Sherman are in counseling. She's decided to give him another chance. Kyle is just like, And she says, yeah, Kyle has been there through thick and thin. He's been through many men that she's been with. Of course, he would be protective of Giselle. But damn it, none of them other men had money like Sherman did. So, we're going to work this one out. Even though Kyle does have his skepticism, Giselle says, she gonna work it out with Sherman, and he better be happy with all of the things that she's putting herself through to make him happy. I said, oh, okay, well, I guess that's Giselle working it out with Sherman. The focus of this episode mostly is Candace's wedding. We see Candace and her mom. It's the big reveal of the wedding dress to her mother, okay? Yeah, we did fall out, the day before, but she's still not going to rob herself or her mother of this experience of the revealing of the dress. So, she puts on her dress, and when she came out on the thing, and, she's all just sort of like, oh my God, full pageantry. Because I'm just like, why are you crying now? But I'm not a crier like that when it comes to things like that. So, she's just like, oh. And her mom was just like, oh, okay, so you like that? You want it that long? Like, you like this long veil? Candace was just like, anyway, I know my mom is shady, but I'm not even going to even go there with her right now, okay? Because this is our moment. I guess this is the moment that she done built up in her head that, it was going to be like, oh, you look so beautiful. Okay, she did look pretty. The dress was pretty, but it wasn't, in my opinion, to me, it wasn't, Now, while she's there in her dress, now the dress is sort of be sacred. You want the dress to be blessed for the new beginning of a wedding. Now is not the time to be bringing up y'all spat from the night before while you have your dress on. Go take your dress off. That's all white and princessy and virginal and all of that, and then put your sinful city clothes back on, and then y'all can sit down and talk. But no, she's talking to her mom about their spat last night, and Dorothy feels the same way that she felt last night. Like, you was being inappropriate. That's your daddy's mess, and now you bringing your daddy's mess to this wedding. Okay, that's something I got over 28 years ago. Candace was like, are you over it though? She's not over it. No, Dorothy is definitely not over it 28 years ago. Nobody should bring this kind of, nobody should raise your hackles and get your dander all a fluff 28 years ago. Okay, so no, I would say that Dorothy hasn't gotten over it either. Inside her, somewhere inside, that shit fucked her up. She went off on Candace. She said, you know what? That's always gonna be you getting shit the way that you want it. You the narcissist, you the brat, you the spoiled princess. Everybody has to cater to what Candace wants. Well, it is her wedding, Dorothy. I said, ooh, that Dorothy is something else. We're gonna have to come up with a new name for whole evil self. Now, the day of the wedding, we see Candace. Everything is tears with Candace. All pageantry again. Oh my God. Always dabbing at the eyes. I said, girl, do you want to cry? Like, it's so dramatic. Like, I didn't cry at all at my wedding. We were so ready to party. We had so much fun. Like, it was all happiness, and there was no... Okay, I shouldn't be comparing myself because I guess everybody's thing is different, but I always feel like it should be ready. It's celebrations. All the stress was leading up to now. So on the day of, fuck all that. I done spent all this damn money and let me enjoy my day. You know, let me have fun with my friends. You should have people in your wedding that you can have fun with. And, you know, it shouldn't be no drama. We see Monique at her house. She's getting ready. She's hoping that the wedding turns out, you know, exactly the way that, you know, Candace wants it to. She knows that Giselle and Sherman will be there, and she's hoping that she'll be able to sit down with them both and apologize. You know, this will be a perfect time for her. I said, this is not a perfect time for that. Not with Giselle. Anything with Giselle is never a perfect time. You only need to be by yourself with her. She loves an audience. Give a fuck if it's a wedding or what. We see Karen, Uncle Jessup getting ready. She's trying to figure out which one she should wear, you know, trying to get his opinion. We see Ashley and Michael is happy that Juan is going to be there. Is Robin and Juan going to be there? And she says, yeah, why? He said, oh, because we can do like our man thing. They can scope out the bros and hoes. And speaking of Robin, we see her at the house cleaning up, saying how they're going to be late. I said, well, what else is new? And then we see Giselle. Okay, Giselle is trying to put her eyelashes on. All right, and she looks, I wasn't sure she wasn't feeling well, or maybe she had been crying. Her voice is a little bit shaky. And then we find out that Sherman has done the unthinkable. Because you guys told me last week that he did something unforgivable. And I was just like, damn, did he cheat? If this is what she was talking about, I was just like, something wrong with Giselle. But yeah, supposedly Giselle is upset because Sherman has stood her up. He said that he's not ready to be around certain people. And she's very, very upset because, God damn it, I gave you a second chance. You mean to tell me I have lowered my standards twice? For you to tell me that you're not coming to something because I want you to? Okay, he's always doing things like this to her. She's so upset. You will not do this to the Giselle. So she calls Robin, and Robin was like, what's wrong? And Sherman said he's not coming. And Robin was like, no, you know, he said that he was going to be there. You know, Giselle's just like, I wasted my fucking time. Well, why won't he come? Well, because he doesn't want to be around certain people. Hell, that could be all of the cast and crew at this point. But she, of course, is going to focus it on Monique and Chris. Or really just Monique. I don't know why she can't understand what Sherman is saying. Even though they would like us to think that this was a long time after the end of last season, it wasn't. Because the wedding was coming up at the end of last season. Now we here. So all of this shit was still very fresh. Why can't you give a nigga a break and understand how he feel? But you know, like I said, this is the Giselle. You will not stand her up and do something like this at the wedding where everybody's going to be asking where he is and all of that. So it's later for Sherman. She tells Robin that she feels like an idiot and she shouldn't have wasted her time. And I said, girl, all this over a wedding? And it wasn't even one of your homegirls like their weddings? Like, why are you this upset? Okay, y'all. But you was doing the most, Giselle. But you know, Giselle loves to be mad. She loves to be mad more than she likes to just be laughing. Now, back to Candace. She's getting her makeup done. Everything annoys her. Okay, she doesn't like her hair. She doesn't like her curls. Okay, everybody's getting on her nerves. Everybody talking. The door's squeaking. You know, her mom gets there. Oh, evil ass Dorothy. All right, she don't even want to talk to Dorothy. Okay, get rid of that bitch. As a matter of fact, don't let nobody else in here if they ain't Jesus. It's unfortunate that she feels that way. But I guess people deal with their nerves differently. Now, as the wedding goes, you know, people start getting there. We see Monique and Chris show up. She looks beautiful in her purple. They pull up at the same time as Ashley and Michael. As they're walking in, Ashley and Michael are pulling up. It's sort of awkward. Ashley says she still doesn't really know where her friendship lies with Monique. And Monique was like, I ain't studying that bitch at all. Like, I could give one fuck about Ashley or Michael. Then we see Giselle pull up. You know, Giselle, we think that she's by herself, but of course she isn't. She's got her boy Kyle. Kyle always comes through in a clutch, remember? And the wedding is about to get started when Giselle walks in. So they've asked her, you know, how they like to let the whole bridal party, including the bride, walk in before any stragglers come in afterwards. So Giselle is off to the side, and Karen sees Giselle over on the other side, and she is sans Sherman. I see Giselle over there, and I was expecting to see old Shermy Wormy, but instead I see Kylie Wiley. I am not going to say anything. You know, she was loving it. Oh, I thought you and your man got back together. And that's what I guess Giselle was trying to avoid. We get into the wedding. Everybody is seated. Monique is seated, just has a person separating her and Ashley and Michael from, you know, her and Chris from Ashley and Michael. I don't even know where Karen and Giselle and all of them sat. I thought it was really funny though how Bravo was shady and showing where Dorothy sat next to where the brother sat. Okay, we're gonna talk more about the brother in a little bit. Candace has her dad, her stepdad, and her mama all walking down the aisle. There's 4 of these niggas walking down the aisle. It's like, did you really need all these folks in there? Had to put her mom in there because, you know, Dorothy, evil ass Dorothy was like, damn it, you done already made me mad about your brother being here, and now this. So fine, they give her away and we get the wedding on, you know, and she does her vows. She's written them down, you know, again, here we the dabbing of the eyes and, you know, and then Chris does his vows, and they're all R&B lyrics or R&B titles of songs, you know, and I think it was supposed to be funny and cute, you know. Giselle was upset about it, like, who does that? Well, considering you can't even keep a man, girl, I guess you ain't the one to ask. Once they finish their vows and they kiss each other and they jump the broom, okay, they are a married couple now. Very, very cute. Now, this reception is on the way. We have that little cocktail hour where everybody is waiting for them to take their family pictures, you know, while so everybody is kind of just in the other room having drinks or whatever. Candace says that she hopes that her mother and her brother will keep away from each other, you know, just to keep a civilized, you know, front at this wedding. Child, when they showed that damn brother, I said, now, wait a damn minute. Looking just like Candace with some pork chop sideburns and whatever the fuck was going on. I said, is it an afro? It turns out it was locks. But at first it looked like a real struggly type afro. But you know, pork chop sideburn, he's standing over, I mean, dead on Candace. I said, evil ass Dorothy, you sure that you didn't have that little boy? He looked exactly like Candace. You know, he just kind of standing around. He don't really know what to do. While the cocktail hour is going on, and here come Robin and Juan. Robin says, as long as she's with Juan, it doesn't matter, you know, if they're late. If they late, they on time. If they together. I say, you is the latest that anybody could be. The latest. Too extra late. Late. I'm talking about major delayed is what the two of you guys are. But anyway, they're all standing around talking. You know, Monique and Chris are standing around talking to Karen and Uncle Jessup. You know, how beautiful the wedding was. And Uncle Jessup was just like, it reminded me of when we got married. Wait a minute, I got this. I had to gather myself when they were talking. I thought about me and Ray's wedding when they said, you know, I give all of my worldly possessions. At the time, I didn't have as much to lose as he did. And when they said that, he was just like, yeah, because when we had practice, it never came up, right? And then when we got to the wedding, they said all my worldly possessions, and I was like, wait a minute. Karen was over there with her cackling sound. Them two crack me up. She tells us that she and Ray are actually on a date for that night. That they actually ain't done nothing ever since her parents died. So this is date night for Uncle Jessup and Karen. Now, as far as Giselle, she's over there telling Ashley how Sherman stood her up and how it's over for Sherman. She done. You know, Ashley was like, no, we were rooting for you, Sherman. Again, Giselle tells her she feels like an asshole. I said, well, you are an asshole. Whether Sherman stood you up or not. I mean, that's a given. She is really heated over there with Ashley, okay? At least turning it on for the show. Because she tells Ashley that he didn't want to be around certain people, and the camera flashed over there to Monique and Chris. And I was like, Monique, girl, you might not want to approach Giselle when she's in this mode. Because, honey, them green eyes was aflame, wasn't they? Back over at Karen and Monique, you know, they're talking about Ashley and Michael. The Darbies have a habit of meddling in other people's relationships because it's too painful to deal with their own reality. As far as Karen is concerned, that marriage is shit. And Ashley continued to make up shit about her relationship. You know, I will sue them and take their restaurant and give it to her mother. So she's late for Ashley. Monique was like saying how she wanted to apologize to Giselle and Sherman. And Karen was like, Sherman's not here. And she was like, who was she sitting next to? She's like, that was Kyle. That ain't Sherman. And Monique was like, oh, child, well, then what happened to Sherman? Like, I thought I was going to be able to say, sorry, girl, you better be glad that Sherman wasn't there. And hopefully you would not even approach Miss Giselle, because Giselle is over there at the table with all of the other folks and they tossing back shots. And I was looking at them tossing shots back and they were brown. I said, what the hell was that? Turns out it's Fireball. I was like, oh, I've been hearing so much about Fireball shots lately. Okay, I'm not a fan of cinnamon hot shit, drinking and all of that. So, but yeah, they over there at the table and they tossing them back. We about to get this party started. I said again, Monique, don't even go around Giselle. Too many emotions running high between everybody at this point. So shots is only gonna make it worse. But damn it, bottoms up. Giselle comes over there to where Monique is, and they're like, hey, how's the baby? Oh, the baby's good. Monique tells Giselle she looks good, and Giselle says, oh, you're not hating today? And Monique was like, I'm not always hating. Oh, yes, you are. I said, she was already trying to get it started with you. And Monique says, you know what? Let's come over to the side. I want to talk to you for a second. Don't do it, Monique. But Monique does it. She's trying to apologize, but Giselle is, first of all, she's tipsy from having her damn shots. She's mad because her man had stood her up. Okay? She's still offended at the fact that Monique feels like just a sorry is going to do. Alright? And she just determined to be mad, basically. So even though Monique apologizes, Giselle was just like, you put that man's business out there. If I came after the big guy, then, you would have been on your back or something. That she said, bitch, what? Okay, and Chris is walking around on the other side. He's listening. He finally walks over there and was just like, come on, Monique. And then Giselle was like, can you give us a minute? No, I cannot. This is my damn wife. She pregnant. She don't need to be sitting over here talking to your drunk, ignorant ass. No, come on, baby. Shut that shit down real quickly. Who the fuck you think you talking to? You can run these women, but you ain't running these men. And definitely not a big ass nigga like Chris. He was like, you ain't got time for all of that, Monique. You pregnant. You don't need to be arguing with her. We get ready for the reception. Everybody's going in and getting seated. Okay, what about Juan trying to plead Sherman's case to Giselle? You guys love each other. You ain't even gave him a chance. I always crack up when people like a Juan feels like he can give relationship advice to anybody. This ain't for you, dog. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. So now that's it. It's a wrap on that. Somewhere in this conversation, I guess Giselle has had a change of heart. So she gets up and she walks over to Monique and she tells her, listen, I don't want to fight anymore. I appreciate your apology. We're going to move forward. Okay. And Monique says, okay. Because Giselle says she can't have that on her heart, that she's forced a pregnant woman into early labor. Later on, as the wedding reception is going on, she gets Karen seated by herself. First of all, I've been drinking. Karen's just like, I know. What's up? Giselle says that she wants her friend back. Giselle and I are not in a good place. She has put a question mark in our friendship. Do I trust her? No. Do you? Never have, never will. But again, them Fireball shots have Giselle feeling a certain way. She just want to be friends with everybody. And then, in the reception, there comes a time where I thought we were about to do the little, tossing of the this thing and the this thing here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But no, it's not that time. Where's Candace? Where's Candace? Candace, where's Candace? Candace has changed into a... Oh, I done pulled a muscle in my leg, y'all. You old. That's what happened when you old. You just pull muscle just by real random... Okay. Candace has changed into some sparkly little short dress number. I was like, girl, you done took off that big old princess wedding dress that you spent all that money for this little whatever this sparkly thing is. She gonna get up there and she has an original number that she has written for Chris. Okay, it's nice enough, I see you, I feel you, whatever it was that she would say. I didn't even take the time to write down the lyrics or anything, because I was just like, girl, them moments only mean something to you and to him, unless you have like this blow it out the water kind of voice. Okay, Candace ain't got a blow it out the water kind of voice, but it was nice. Afterwards, it's time to party, and as receptions go, everybody's drunk. Ashley is drinking a lot. Even though for 2 weeks she hasn't drank, because she's trying to prepare for this pregnancy. Michael has to take her outside and give her some water, drink some more, okay? We want everything to go smoothly here. And then back inside, we see Candace take Pork Chop over there to meet Giselle. Giselle wants to meet you, okay? So she's like, oh, good, nice to meet you, and he was like, well, nice to be met. Okay, seems to be a nice enough guy. Dorothy is over there watching, shooting daggers from her eyes, but she's not going to make a scene, so she just kind of walks, and Giselle was like, you know, it was the right thing for her to bring her brother. Giselle, stay out of it. You don't want it with evil ass Dorothy, because Dorothy about to round the same age as Giselle. She been doing this shit the same length of time that you have, Giselle, baby, so you might not want to meet your match in old evil ass Dorothy. You not the only evil bitch in Potomac. But as far as the wedding, there's no drama. Candace and Chris seem to be very happy. Happy for them. We finally got through this wedding that we talked about all of last season and just the first 2 episodes of this season. So we got through it good. She's a married woman now. Congratulations to the happy couple. Alright, you guys, that's it. Get in here and give me something to eat and get on back to work. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.